Okay, so if you clicked onto this video, most likely you're kind of broke like me and you're looking for a decent pair of cheap true wireless earphones. Well, don't worry, I think I got them. They're right here today. These are the Soundpeats Q32 Pros. So who says you can't have nice things when you're broke? I don't know, kind of just made that up, but still, there probably are people out there who say that. And guess what? They're completely wrong. You can't have nice things when you're broke. And these, my friends, are very nice. And just to be honest and to be clear with you guys from the start, no, I'm not trying to sell you guys nothing. I'm not out here sponsored by no one. I'm not big enough to be doing that kind of stuff yet. But I genuinely think these are great earphones for the price. So with that out of the way, let's get right into the review. Okay, so let's get the obvious right out of the way first. So these are earphones, wireless earphones. No wires, they go in your ears. If you don't know what earphones are by this point, you should probably go educate yourself on what they are. And if you do, well, stick around because we're going to get to the juice real soon. But basically, what I'd like to say before we start anything is if you do somewhat like this channel or have seen any of my other videos and you like it, please leave a like and subscribe if you very well think I am worth it. But if you don't, yeah, you can just leave it. I don't really mind, but you know, whatever. Let's get right into it. The first thing you'll notice about these when the package arrives in the mail is that it's got a chunky case. Yes, a very chunky case. Why is that? That's because of the 2600 milliamp hour battery in this. Yes, 2600. That's the size of a phone battery. And honestly, I've had these for a while now and I've charged them once when I first got them. I didn't charge them fully and they've lasted me for about, like, I'd say about, it's been about a month, and it's at about the 2 dot, so 50% battery in around there, or maybe a bit less or a bit more. I don't know. It doesn't give exact percentages because if it did, it would need an LCD screen. It'd be way more expensive. But anyway, yes, huge battery. You'll have no problems with that. In general, people buying wireless earphones will have a problem with the battery. They might think that the battery will suck or something on the small earphones. The buds themselves have like a 2 to 3 hour battery life. I don't know who listens to music more than 2 to 3 hours, but if you do, maybe there's a problem there. If you don't, these will be fine for you. And also the case is massive battery. It will last you way more than you'd need. So this kind of will spoil me. If I ever move over to a different pair of earphones, I don't think any of them will last as long as these do with the case. How do they fit in my ears, do you ask? Well, actually fit pretty great. They come in with the extra ear tips to fit pretty much anyone's ears. There's the bigger ones, the smaller ones, and the medium-sized ones. However, I didn't use the ones that it came with. I actually used my personal ones that I had on my old Sony earphones. So yeah, they work pretty great. They're pretty noise cancelling, I will say that though. You don't really expect them from something this small, but they're actually pretty noise cancelling, mainly because of the earbuds, I'd say, I'm using. But even with the ones I've tried, the ones that come with the actual earbuds, they're still pretty noise cancelling. Like, say I'm walking outside, I can't really hear much. That's why I tend to use only one while I'm outside, or two. I don't know, sometimes it depends, but generally I'll be walking with one. And they're quite small. They're pretty small, and they fit great in my ears. You kind of have to twist them back a little bit to fit the best, kind of get the best fit, but overall great fit. 10 out of 10 fit. Honestly, they're very comfy. You know, it's just great fit. They've got one button on them each. It's basically just pause button. On the power button, you can turn them off by holding them, and honestly I didn't really need more. The power button and the pause button is decent enough. Most wireless earphones will kind of give you those kind of abilities anyway. Most likely you won't be doing much replaying or skipping forward or anything like that on wireless earphones at this price. So you know, I'm happy with it. And in general, I'll probably have my phone in my pocket or somewhere near me, and I'll be skipping through with my phone, so it doesn't really bother me at all. Maybe if you're going out on a jog, that's kind of a bummer. You can't really double tap or anything to play ahead, and that, I guess it is a bit of a bummer, but you know, it's something you can look past because of the price. There are no AirPods when it comes to functionality in that sense, but they're still very versatile in the sense that you can still wear them everywhere. You can still do things you can do with AirPods. Only the buttons, you know, kind of lacks a bit there in that department, but it's fine. One thing I really don't like, however, on the case, and it had to be the case, is its clicky sound it makes when you open it and close it. Like, it's not a magnet. Yeah, it's not a magnet. And I know someone might be clicking off this video when they heard that there's no magnet. No, listen to me. There's no magnet. It doesn't ruin anything. It doesn't ruin the functionality of the case. It's just opening it kind of sucks. I'll be straight honest. It kind of sucks. It's not really a fun experience opening this, kind of like with the AirPods. You know, you can flick it open. It's a satisfying thing to do. But with these, it's a chore. Just listen to how it sounds. Yeah, it's like a clicky mechanism. I don't like it. You probably won't like it, but listen, Once you look at the price of these, you won't really hesitate with the battery and the price. However, if you don't want that, if you want a nice magnet on it, you can go for the alternatives of this, which are the Soundpeats Truefree Plus. They go, I think, a bit cheaper than this because of one thing: the battery and the case. The earbuds are completely the same. The battery, however, on the case is 800 milliamp hour instead of 2600. So you'll be losing quite a bit of the charge all over, but it's still very usable. I think 2600 milliamp hour is actually quite an exaggeration, but very nice at the same time. But if you really need the magnet, you can go with the Truefree Plus. No one's stopping you. They're a bit cheaper, and yeah, those are still a good option. Another question a lot of people have when buying true wireless earphones is there any delay? And I'll tell you now, I'll be very honest, yes, there's a little bit of a delay. But I'll tell you now, it's none that breaks your experience when watching a YouTube video. I actually barely notice it. I get very used to it very quickly. But if you're someone that you know, or you know someone that is going to absolutely pull their hair out when they hear that delay, they kind of see the picture. It's literally, I'd say, only like a millisecond or 2 or 3 or 4. Who knows? It's a very small delay, but you can see it and feel it. You can hear it, right? But it's not bad. It's nothing bad, okay? It doesn't break any of my experiences, and I still love them. All right, but it's time for the real juice, okay? The real juice. The juice I've been teasing you guys with, and the juice you guys are thirsty for. And that's the audio quality, all right? How do these things sound? I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, since, you know, for the price in general, earphones and headphones or anything in this price range don't sound too crazy, nothing too macho. But these, I won't lie, they're pretty good. Now, I'll give you guys, the main feedback is coming from my older brother. Since he's more of a sound freak, he'll know more about sound. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'll use it anyway. He knows way more about sound than I do, okay? I'm not the perfect guy to be reviewing sound quality, but I'm more of your average Joe when it comes to sound quality. But however, I'll tell you, for an average Joe, I think these are pretty great sound quality, better than your average earphone. They're very bassy. It's actually pretty surprising how they pack that much bass in something so small. The package is so tiny and so much bass. However, though, apparently they do lack a bit in the high ends. Now, as an average Joe, or the average human, the average consumer, I don't notice that. I just listen to my music, my podcasts, the YouTube videos I watch, and I love them. I enjoy them. However, if you're some sort of sound freak music producer and you notice all the flaws of any audio thing, these may not be for you, because you've probably been spoiled by some very expensive hardware. But if you're just looking for a decent pair of earphones just to listen to your things, listen to everything you want to listen to with some decent audio quality, then yeah, I'd say these are perfect for you. If you came for like a very in-depth audio, I don't know, test, I'm not your guy. This isn't the best juice that I promised, but like I said, they sound good. It's pretty simple. They sound good. There's not much to say in this department. But look, trust me, guys. When I tell you they sound good, I'm not lying out here because I'm not being sponsored by no one, but they sound good. Now, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Basically, sometimes I wear these during class in school. Yes, they're that small. They're nice. However, I do wear a beanie over it because now we're allowed to wear beanies in school because it's getting cold and teachers have to keep the windows open for ventilation. And so I slip one of these under my beanie. Here's the trouble though. They're, like I said from the start, they're pretty noise cancelling. And so when someone tries asking me a question or anything like that, I'm deaf. I'm very deaf with just one in. You're basically focusing all on the one earphone you're listening to, and it cancels out whatever ear that is. And then your left ear is all kind of confused on whatever you're hearing from the outside. And when someone asks you a question, you're gone, all right? So what I would recommend is, if you do something like this, make sure you do it in a class where it's boring, or you're just writing something down, and make sure you can focus with music or a podcast on, because it's not worth leaving school behind for a cheap pair of earphones. All right, now the case, like I said, is a bit chunky, so if you wear very tight jeans or very tight trousers or anything in that sense, and you have small pockets, the case will stick out like a sore thumb. It's pretty big. But if you don't, if you wear, I guess you could say, just regular size, none too tight trousers, then you'll be fine. If you keep the earphone case in a jacket pocket, you'll be fine. But like I said, if you're wearing tight trousers, these will be very, very obvious in your pockets. For me, I wear skinny jeans, skinny fit jeans, not really, really skinny on me at all. But, they have a nice tailored fit, but whatever, screw the clothes. I personally don't like using this case in my pocket. I personally don't like having it in my jean pockets or any of my tracksuit bottom pockets. It's pretty big. So what I will say is, you're probably only going to want to keep this in a hoodie pocket, jacket pocket, whatever you're wearing on top, upper body clothing. Because in general, if you have them on the lower body, it'll kind of feel weird because it sticks out a bit too much. So yeah. So should you buy them? Well, yeah, I've been saying that all video. I think, yeah, you probably should if you're on a tight budget like I was. You're kind of in around the... If you're in around the $50 price mark or price tag, these sell for about €40 or dollars. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't seen them recently on Amazon. I don't know if they're still in stock or what's going on with making them, but I haven't really seen any of these. However, I have seen the alternatives to these at Truefree Plus. Still Soundpeats, still the same buds, just a different case, a 100 milliamp hour battery with the magnet, and they go for around $30, €30, £30, whatever you are on Amazon. And yeah, I'd say still go for those if you're still looking for a decent pair of earphones. The battery on the case doesn't matter, it still does way fine with a 100 milliamp hour battery. All right, my brother has a pair of those, but me personally, I prefer the 2600 milliamp hour battery. I'd sacrifice the smaller size of the case, but still, if you cannot find these in stock or anywhere on Amazon, then I'd still recommend you go for the Truefree Pluses, since they're basically the same buds. I mean, they are the same buds, they're just different case, and I'd still perfectly recommend it. I'd have no hesitation whatsoever. So if you have any other questions, please leave a comment down below. I might have missed something, I don't know. I'm not sure I've covered everything. I'm not the most experienced reviewer, so I wouldn't know if I hit everything or covered everything. But if you do have any questions, please leave them down below. I'll definitely answer them. Since I don't get too many questions, I'll definitely answer if you do have one question. So yeah, that's about it. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, maybe subscribe if you think I'm worthy of a subscription. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you back in the tech shack.